Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you make money?
By training.
How do you make money on training? She's going to kick the door down. So yes.
Listen, I think there's a very fine line between bravery and naivety.
I-South African creative industry ezinye zezinkundla edlala iqhaza elikhulu kakhulu kwi-GDP yakuleli lakithi njengoba ke phela ke isifake imali ebalelwa kwisizumbulu sika 90.5 billion phakathi komnyaka 2013 nomnyaka 2014. Inkundla yezemfashini nayo idlala iqhaza elikhulu kakhulu njengoba iye isize kwandisa isibalo semsebenzi kuleli lakithi. uJean Ray wobunye babosomabhizinisi abakholelwa ukuthi ke yena ibhizinisi lakhe lingasiza ukuthi landise isibalo semsebenzi njengoba ke phela yena enebhizinisi elokuthiza futhi eloktrainer abesimami nabesilisa ngezokumodela. Namhlanje ku-Making Moves sichithe usuku e-eModels eBloemfontein ukufunda kabanzi ngebhizinisi elokumodela.
Let's go first. That's it.
We also met Jean Ray's family and friends to learn more about the sort of person she is.
She can get quite emotional.
Later, she visits our studio to share her visions and plans to spread her business into other provinces.
John Ray de Pre, 22 years old, all the way from Bloemfontein. I'm the owner and founder of eModels Bloemfontein and eModels Kimberley. What's special about eModels is that we don't just leave you, we train you and we develop you in the different areas of modeling. We help you to really live your dream and to pursue your career as a model.
Namhlanje ngiseMangaung kule ndawo lena ke khona benza iMakhufe Festival kodwa ke uyazi ke nawe asizange uzokhuluma ngezobumnandi sizokhuluma ngezamabhizinisi ngizohlangana nowesimame ke yena ke ibhizinisi lakhe ke uthi uqeqesha ama-models sikhuluma lana ke futhi ngabantu besilisa nabesimame into engifuna uxoxisana naye ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi uma seqedile ukubaqeqesha kwenzakalani ke ngama-models wakhe. I hope ukuthi nami uzothi mengibona athi hayi wena siyakusayina mfana ake sibangenini.
Today's class is going to be about high fashion and normal portrait shots, all right? So I want you to interact with me. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to do my favorite. What's that? Facial expressions. Yes.
Good day, good day.
Hi, how are you?
Sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
Let me see you from Making Moves.
Hi, Sia. John Ray. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am. I see you very busy, but I will not interrupt. Let me just observe and see what you guys do here.
Sit up straight. There you go. All right, like I said, when you can't work with your facial expression, then it's going to be a problem.
My girlfriend is stressing me. She's been keeping the same look for ages now.
I'm so annoyed by my boyfriend. He's always complaining about the way I look. I mean, what does he expect me to do?
But at least now she's got this hair product.
Yes, it helped me spice up my life so I can spice up our relationship. And now he can't get enough of me, so buy this all every day.
It is a supplement or with your breakfast or as an energy drink during the day when you're tired. How awesome is that?
That's very awesome. So remember, hurry to your nearest store and get Sashi. Remember the name. Sashi. What?
Is your skin always dry?
Use lotion.
You'll be moisturized.
Name of
Vinzed and
Vinzeda for ladies.
You can even have here anywhere. In all the stores.
In any countries.
Use
Ivan.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's do the facial expressions just to warm up. Are you ready? Okay, so smile. Let's go first. That's it. Nice and soft and change. There you go. I like that, tummy. That's it.
So, Jean-Ray, you started the business at 14. Please tell me a bit about that.
When I was 12, 13, we moved to Bloemfontein, and I started with a modeling school in Bloem, near my house, like 500 meters from my house.
Yes.
And the lady got pregnant, and she said to me, "Don't you think you want to just help me out?" And I said, "Yes, why not?" So I started training under her, did my teachers, and then at the end of that year, 14, 15, I decided I want to do e-models.
Voila, here we are today.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Second position. Second position. Okay, just pull back your shoulders. Relax your hands. Okay, do the back teeth. Okay, are you ready? And then just do that. Okay, relax.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Okay, when you come here, you turn, you take a free, we call it the free step turn. So when you're going to turn, you're going to take your left leg, 1, 2, and then you're going to turn.
Cool.
Okay,
let's go for it.
So let's go for it. 1, 2, turn, there you go.
Right. Okay, now I can breathe a little bit. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad for a first time. You guys are pros at this.
Thank you.
Yeah? I mean, tell me a bit about your trip overseas, because I heard that you guys went overseas. Where did you go? What did you guys learn?
So there's an international talent showcase taking place in South Africa where a scout comes from America and then she scouts models, actors, singers and dancers, and then you go overseas and it's called The Arts. So Tanae will tell you a little bit where we were.
Okay, we went to New York first, like just for the
Big Apple.
experience.
Yes.
It was amazing. Like the buildings are so huge, so that was so cool.
Yes.
And then just the life there, it's amazing.
Where to from here? Where would you guys like to see yourselves when, you know, you're done being here at E-Models?
I would like to go and continue my journey overseas next year to go back. I've met some agents and people, so I would like to go back.
So right now, I saw you instructing, talking to your models earlier on. Do you work by yourself? Do you have somebody else?
I have the girl that's been with me for 6 years. She's basically one of my teachers. And then when I have to go to Joburg or when I was in London, she helped my clients.
Yes.
And then I have another girl that she's my intern at the moment.
I actually started at E-Models as a model, and then a few months later, Janra, my modeling mentor, saw that I have a passion for public relations, and she asked me to work with her for Top Model South Africa. She was the organizer for the Top Model SA Free State competition, and then she asked me to work with her as a PR intern, and then that is where I started working with her, and she saw that I have potential and she wanted me to be part of a PR permanent team as her PR.
Is it viable being in Bloemfontein? Because you know, at the big modeling agencies, they're in Joburg, they're in Cape Town. Is it viable for you being here in Bloemfontein, besides the fact that, you know, this is your home?
Yes, definitely. I really do think so, because there's a leap in the market for models from Bloemfontein in Kimberley and surrounding areas, basically in Potchefstroom. They don't have the opportunities that the big girls in the big cities do have. So basically, I'm the middleman for them. They come to me, I help them, and then yes, we do travel a lot. That's one of the obstacles, but we overcome it and we travel. That's it. There's no two ways about it. So it's definitely beneficial for models in Bloemfontein to have a modeling school. Yeah.
So what makes E-Models unique?
Well, E-Models is not just a modeling school, modeling agency. It's a family. I want the models to bond. I want the models to network. I want the models to care for one another. So it's not only just training and modeling.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It's so much fun being here.
Thank you.
Cheers, cheers.
My concern is, how do you compete with those guys that are so entrenched? And I'm still not hearing a single thing that says, geez, this is my unique spinner that no one else has.
I'm here at the CrossFit gym in Bloemfontein, and I'm going to show you what I do every day in the afternoon. I train to keep fit and to get strong Muscles, come with me. Hi guys, just finished a CrossFit workout. I'm dead, going home now, taking a long bath, relaxing the muscles.
She's a very driven woman. You know, she sets herself a goal and then she looks at all the angles and how she can achieve it, and most of the time she actually achieves her goal.
When I have a goal and a vision, I go for it. I don't care who says what.
She's quite serious with everything in life.
From that age, 14 and 15, she's not a person that ever liked to ask mom or dad for money. She never asked us for anything. She bought her own car, second one by now.
A workaholic, if I can say it like that. And we like to talk about work stuff.
I'm a strong leader as well.
If somebody tells her you're not going to do it or you won't be able to do it, then she just shows him, I'll show you, I can do it and I can do it better.
I'm a very goal-driven person. I'm not scared to take chances. I started modeling school when I was 15. I was very shy. I'm a very shy person, introvert.
Yeah, she was shy and very, very moody. First of all, we tried the dancing classes.
When I was a little girl, my mom saw like this, she's got to do something. So my mom entered me for modeling competitions when I was 4 years old, and dancing competitions as well when we were back in Kimberley.
And then just all of a sudden, the teacher at that time told her, well, I'm going to teach you to be a modeling teacher. And she just, from there on, everything just started like, you know, roller coaster. And then I went to this teacher and I asked her, listen, do you still want to carry on with your school? Can't we buy the school from you? And she said to me, actually she was wondering also, wouldn't we like to take the school?
And she became so attached to what she was doing that her social life was really not there.
She wasn't really interested in, you know, going out with the girls or going out with boys. It was always just the modeling school, and although she had a lot of friends, she really had a lot of friends, but she never was really interested in really going to the clubs or whatever. She wasn't, and she's still not interested in it.
Just after school, she couldn't attach, she couldn't go out with friends her age. She just didn't feel comfortable.
She never wanted to go to a place, say for instance, like to a party, and then she will tell me, but if she goes there and one of her models see her, what example will that be to her?
She's a very emotional person.
The industry gets a bit hard, or she gets in a mix with some of the parents maybe, or a model, it doesn't show up, or they boss you around and stuff. So then she's a bit down and out, but the most I'm like here at home with her and I see her mood and she almost wants to go out in tears.
No, I have never seen her crying, actually. And that's why I'm saying she's a hard person.
She can get quite emotional, especially when people judge her, especially when they say bad things about her. So yeah, sometimes that will get to her. I think that's one of her biggest weaknesses, is that she tends to get emotional with people in the business that's trying to get to her.
uJandre waqala ukumodela esemncane eneminyaka ewu6 wathi sena14 ayike phela yena ke wayeseqeqesha ke abanye abantu abasafufuza nabo abafuna ungena kuona lo mkhakha lo wezokumodela. Sixoxisene naye sifuna ukwazi ukuthi ingabe na unalo isu elizomsiza ukuthi akhe ibhizinisi eliqinile futhi elisimeme.
Good morning, my name is Jono from eModels and I'm here at the Making Moves studio with an interview with Pepsi. Can't wait.
As a young creative entrepreneur, Genre hopes to turn her business into a successful franchise and train aspirant models across the country. What sort of skills does she need to succeed? She's here to answer that question for us. Genre, good afternoon. Welcome to Making Moves.
Thank you.
Are you well?
I'm well, and you?
Good. Take a seat. So, you started this business age 14?
Yes.
Were your parents not concerned?
No, they were excited for me, so they encouraged me, and I don't think they thought it's going to be that big.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, is it that big?
Yes, at the moment I have over 100 models that I train and that I recruit from Bloemfontein to Joburg and Cape Town. So yeah, I think it's bigger than they expected. I don't think they thought that I'm going to be in it full time, because after my matric year I went to study law, and they thought I'm going to be a lawyer.
Okay. Surely you'd be making much more money as a lawyer?
I think so.
I think you would.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah? How much do you charge for a training course?
Okay, so basically it's a year contract, so it's 350 Rand per month for all the models. And then, that's basically per year. And then they register with me, and when they register, they also pay a fee to register, get them on the books.
Okay. And what's the benefit of being on your books?
Well, to get the best training in Bloemfontein and around the country, I think I'm very specific. I'm a detailed person, and I equip myself as well. I don't just think if I'm in Bloem, I know everything. So I do travel a lot, and I go to certain places, and I ask certain people in the industry to help me and to guide me so that I know what's going on in the industry. So I think that's a huge benefit, and I'm still young.
Okay.
So I think that's a benefit.
All right. So how many models go through your books every month? Because let's do the maths. You're charging 350 per model,
yes.
Which is, it's quite exciting because you're like an insurance company. You collect a premium every month.
Yes.
Okay. And it's a one-year contract.
Yes.
So typically in a month, how many models do you have paying you subscription fee?
Well, I have at least 70 that pays every month with a debit order. So the rest will pay cash also. So that's if I take a lump sum, that's 70 models that pay me every month.
Okay. And where's the growth?
The growth is when the new models come in, and
What makes you think you'll crack it outside of Bloemfontein and Kimberley? Those are small markets. You get into Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, you start competing with the likes of Boss Models and other large modeling agencies. What makes you think you're going to compete?
Well, like I said, I'm still young, I'm new, so I think I still do have a lot to learn, but I have a mindset of I can do anything. So like I've started the business on the age of 14, 15. I've been through a lot. I've been through a growth process. So I really do think I have the ability to master the skill to compete with the best of the best.
What's your target number for Bloemfontein and Kimberley, and is it realistic? So how many models do you have to get through your books every month in order for it to start making sense?
Okay, so basically every month, it's actually hard for me. I have registration days. So if there's models interested in joining, then I take them in, but I'll prefer them to start with the registration dates. Then I get more models in, because then I advertise specific for registration, and then I can take them from beginner, advanced, elite. So the average model stays with me for 3 years at least. So then I've done the sum in Bloemfontein. There's more than 4,000 young people in schools there, and then we have the varsity and we have CUT, and my market is 4 to 23 years. So there's definitely, my goal is to have 200 on the books ongoing, like some income every month for 200 models. And I think that is achievable, definitely, because there's over 4,000. I won't be able to handle 4,000, but there is more than 4,000 in Bloemfontein only.
Okay, well, 200 is a decent number.
Yes.
How do you get from 70 to 200?
Well, I have to do my marketing, I think, a little bit different. Maybe I have to do more marketing. I've been in the process to structure my business so that I can get from 70, because I started with 3 models and it went up to 20, and then it dropped to 15 in my first 3 years. So then I had to move my structures and get the right order to see that the models stay there and for a long period. So I think my marketing and my structure must just change a little bit.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges facing the business right now?
Well, time management from my side, because I'm the owner, I'm the trainer, I'm the admin girl. I'm doing everything except my books. I give that to the bookkeeper. Yeah, so that's basically one of my biggest challenges at the moment, to be at 3 different places at once.
I've done some work with the likes of Elite, Heads Models, Shine.
Yep.
All of those are pretty solid, pretty robust agencies that have got global connections.
Yeah.
My concern is, how do you compete with those guys that are so entrenched? And I'm still not hearing a single thing that says, this is my unique spinner that no one else has. Because, you know, everybody can strive for excellence.
Yeah,
everybody can be detail-driven. You need to think about that. What about you? What about e-models?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, is there something there?
Something about e-models.
Yeah.
I will have to think about that nice and deep, because obviously I believe in myself, I believe in my brand. So there's Heads Models and Elite Models. So yeah, you want something different from me.
But they believe in their brands too, yeah.
That's the thing. So I need to bring something different to the table. I will have to think about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think your plan still needs a bit of work, so I'm going to hand you over to a friend of mine, and he's going to teach you how to get rich and how to turn e-models into this national brand that you want it to be.
Well, the interview with Pepsi went quite well. He asked relevant questions that make me think a little bit harder, a little bit deeper about my business. I'm excited about the business coaching to learn more, and yeah, so let's see what happens after this.
How do you intend to grow your client base outside of Bloem?
Yeah, that's...
uJandre uneso elihle kakhulu elizomsiza ukuthi ahlanganise isikolo sakhe sokumodela ne-agency lena izonakekela abamodeli. Uyabona ke, kodwa into ayidinga kwamanje udinga umuntu ozomnikeza izincibiso zokuthi yena athathe kanjani amathuba akhona kuwona lo mkhakha. Yila kungena thina bothina iMaking Moves. Samlethela umqeqeshi oqavile.
I'm Gareth Jason. I work for Itatasi Investments. Itatasi is a holding company that operates mainly in the financial services sector. We also do consulting work, mainly for financial services companies. Within Itatasi, I'm the Chief Financial and Operating Officer. That means I look after most of the operations of the company, although at this point I do quite a lot of consulting work for the company as well. So all of those aspects, I think, puts me in quite a unique position where I could look at a business from the outside in and see how that business would operate, what would be required to get that business back into a proper operating state. Always make good on your promises. Whether it's in business, where if you promise somebody something, deliver it, or in your personal life. It's something that has served me very, very well. You go off, you recruit the model, you build loyalty through their training, through exposing them to making sure that they are well prepared for what is to come. Do you not think that that in and of itself isn't something that's going to give you an edge?
I definitely think so. Definitely, now that you've, like with a different angle, I definitely think so.
Pepsi asked you an interesting question, which is, what is your thing? What is that one thing that sets you apart from everybody else? To the point. Have you thought about that?
I've thought about it a number of times, because I want to be the one that sets apart and that sets the goal, the standard. I think my training is very specific. I train my models to be very professional. I learned a lot from Gareth. He has a very calm spirit, very determined spirit. So just the bit that I got from him and the bit that he talked with me, I learned a lot. And he asked questions, relevant questions, that made me think of my business on a whole different perspective.
I think Jean is very enthusiastic. I think it's a great thing to have in this kind of an industry where I think she could have become very jaded very quickly. So I think, you know, the one thing you mustn't do is just to sort of focus on this, what is this thing, where actually this thing is what got you to where you are now. And I think maybe you should just build on that and consider it, at least in terms of the question that Pepsi asked you. Okay, so maybe that's something that you need to develop a bit more, to say, right, you know, how do I make sure that people stay loyal to me, and through that loyalty, you know, you get there. I think she needs a little bit of time and effort working on her business skills. She's still maybe a little bit unsure as to what her ultimate vision and you know, expectations from the business are. Tell me a little bit about how you get clients for not your school, i.e. models, but how do you get clients to use your models?
I go out, I go to the clients. We have a magazine, a lifestyle magazine in Bloemfontein. I went to them, I introduced myself, and I asked them, like, if you need models, please tell me, I can give you my models. But the thing is, in Bloemfontein, a lot of time, everything that the models do in Bloemfontein is for exposure. They don't get a sustainable income, and I don't get an income from clients. I need to sustain my income from the models that I train.
That's not in Bloem.
That's in Bloem.
Okay, so how do you intend to grow your client base outside of Bloem?
Yeah, that's a good question, because yeah, like I've went to Fashion Week. Again, I introduced myself. I've worked with them for a week, and I've asked them, may I please present my models to you? So that's that's how I know how to do it. I don't know. Networking. Well, obviously I will have to do more marketing.
Maybe a little bit of social media as opposed to direct networking or direct marketing will help her, stand her in good stead. You're a model.
Not myself, no. If they ask me to do something, I will, but it's not my main goal.
Okay. Then you've answered my question. It was just that sort of conflict between you know, you modelling and, you know, you've got somebody that you need to place, and how do you handle that kind of conflict?
No, I've never, no. When I was 15 years old, I stopped that, because I've done modelling now from 4 or 5 years. So when I was 15, and then there comes a competition, and I'm like, oh, I want to enter, but this girl is the same age as I, so I can't enter. So no, I don't compete with my models, no.
Very mature answer when she spoke about the conflict between her own modelling career and that of her students as such, where she withdrew from competition or, you know, a potential job to give her students the ability to compete for it. And while Bloemfontein might be your niche market, you know, where you've grown up and where you've done this thing, it might not be the best place either for you or for the models that you've got. So I think those are kind of some of the questions that you need to answer through more detailed, you know, sessions, and making sure that you really delve into that to move forward with your business plan.
Yeah, I'm a very open-minded person, and Bloem is way too small for me. So to go outside Bloem is definitely a plan.
So we need to get you ready for your pitch. Okay, you know all about it. There's 50,000 up for grabs. Okay, and we need to make sure that you're well prepared for your pitch. So just, if you've been thinking about it, what do you think you're going to aim to convince the panel about in terms of your pitch?
Well, like I've said to Pepsi as well, like everyone believes in their brand. I believe in my brand. I believe I'm capable to do more, and not only in Bloemfontein, I want to expand. And so I think my main goal is going to be to answer all Pepsi's questions that he asked me, and to surprise the judges maybe with something different.
So, interestingly, what would you use the 50,000 for?
I know you're going to ask that question, and I've been thinking of a lot of stuff. Well, I will use it to the advantage of my business. Must I give you details now, or must I leave it for the pitch?
Because if you can just sort of give us an insight, that would work.
Just the insight. Okay, there's a lot of insights. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to figure it out. But definitely, what I will do with the 50,000 is to expand my vision in bigger cities, like you said. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Right. I think the mistake people normally make with a pitch is that they don't take the 5 minutes seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's a very good thing if you can get to the point very quickly. So you don't really have to tell us about your background or anything like that, but you have to tell us what it is that you're going to be using this for. And that reason needs to be pretty compelling, because you're up against quite a few other competitors for that money.
Yeah, definitely.
So get to the point, do it quickly, and convince us that the 50 is going to be used to grow your business, grow your brand, give us a proper return, and that it's the best
so
thing
the
for us to do.
50,000 must be used for a turnover.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Not
I
that.
said give us a useful return.
A useful return, okay.
Yes. And that return is better than the return we could give giving it to somebody else.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Making Moves has a prize valued at 50,000 Rand to invest into a business. 12 young entrepreneurs will get a chance to showcase their businesses. Each entrepreneur will be given a chance to pitch for this investment to our panel of judges. The judges will use their own discretion to pick the top 4 businesses to go into our final episode, where they will compete for this grand prize. You too can be part of this exciting opportunity for young entrepreneurs.
We start at beauty, and then we break it up. Under beauty, we go to how do you present yourself, how do you do makeup, how do you do your hair, the whole interviews, how to talk to the judges, if you go to a competition, how to dress. And then we go to the runway side, we go to photographic, we do the marketing aspect of a model. So yeah, that's basically, just in short, I cover all of the modeling industry.
Jandre, how are you?
Good, thanks, Anistia.
I'm very, very well. 3 judges are waiting for you. It's
Yes.
time for you to go inside and pitch. How do you feel?
I'm a bit nervous, and I think that's normal, but excited at the same time. It's been an amazing journey, so excited to pitch to them and see what they think.
What's making you nervous?
I hope I remember everything. And the 4 minutes. Yeah. 4 minutes is so short to give all the information.
But I'm sure you should have it on, a presentation document or something like that.
Yeah, I do have.
Alrighty. Okay, is this your first time pitching, or are you used to pitching?
No, I'm used to pitching. First time in front of judges, though.
Ooh. Don't worry, they don't bite.
Okay, let's see.
All the best, Jandre.
Thank you, Sia.
And we'll chat later.
Good afternoon, Jandre. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you, Pepsi?
Fantastic. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's normal.
Yeah, it is normal. You look fantastic. Your models look great.
Thank you.
And you have got roughly 4 minutes to convince us about your business and why we should give you money. You've met Gareth.
Yes.
You guys had a chance to chat yesterday. This is Martine, and she's the one that you really have to impress. Your presentation starts in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Okay, so basically my name is Joanna de Preer. I'm 22 years old from Bloemfontein, and I'm the owner of eModels. Basically, when I looked into my business, there's 2 areas that I want to improve and invest in. I will go for the 50% of 50,000 Rand turnover. So the first one is to make my paperwork done, to get my paperwork done to be a registered modeling agency with NAMA. And the second one will be to get my 100 models up to 200 models in Bloemfontein. So before I go further, who is my clients? Well, on the training side of eModels, my clients will be new faces, new models that I need to train from the age 3 to 20 to 23, 4 to 23. And then on the eModels agency side, that would be fashion weeks, magazines, that will be your bigger clients. All right, so first of all, how's my growth plan going to be? I'm busy registering with NAMA, that's National Association for Model Agencies. To register, that will give me a leading advantage. I will first operate from Bloemfontein because I have a studio there. So I will operate from there, and then from there on, I will grow to a bigger city like Joburg, like Cape Town, because that's where all the work is for models. All right, then second, to get my 100 models to 200 models in Bloemfontein to secure a sustained income, I will first of all appoint a professional PR student that's now busy with her degree. So to do that, that will give me as an entrepreneur more chances and more time to deal with the training aspect and the agency aspect to build my business. She will handle the clients and the media. Right. I will also then start a proper website because my website's not up to date. So I will definitely invest in a website to promote my models and also to promote my services, both sides, agency and training. Then what I will do is I have a Facebook account, I have an Instagram account, and I have a Twitter account. Like, social media is all over the place. So basically I will just make that grow bigger. And then last of all that I will do, definitely will do, is advertising in Bloemfontein to get my 100 models to 200 models, to get them signed up with me. That will be local newspapers, local radio stations, local magazines, everything there will happen. And then from there on, for the future, I will definitely move out from Bloemfontein. So yeah, in conclusion, my plan to the 50,000 Rand that I might get, that will be to expand my business. Thank you.
Okay, are you done?
I'm done.
Fantastic. You have a minute and a half left. You have the option of using it or not using it.
Okay, I will use it. I forgot to say that the training aspect of my modeling school, I will use it to get it accredited with CETA, so that will give me a leading advantage in Bloemfontein to grow it. So then I will be an agency and a training academy, grooming my models to work and to give them a career.
Okay, yes. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We now are going to ask you questions for 2 minutes.
Okay.
If there are any points of clarity that we have, I'm going to ask Martine. Martine, do you have any questions for Genre?
I do. How do you make money?
By training.
How do you make money on training?
I see the models once a week, so basically they must pay me monthly for classes every week.
And what is your training model or module? Cover.
That's basically all of the industry. We start at beauty and then we break it up. Under beauty we go to how do you present yourself, how do you do makeup, how do you do your hair, the whole interviews, how to talk to the judges, if you go to a competition, how to dress. And then we go to the runway side, we go to photographic, we do the marketing aspect of a model. So yeah, that's basically, just in short, I cover all of the modeling industry.
And you would only cover it for the modeling industry?
No.
Is that your target market? Models,
yeah,
aspiring models?
Aspiring models, yes. That's my passion, is to develop aspiring models.
Gareth, any questions?
So I think the biggest question for me is, how do you intend to develop your brand outside of Bloemfontein? You know, I think we covered quite a lot about, Bloemfontein with you yesterday, but I think for this, I'm very interested to know what your plans are outside of Bloemfontein, specifically bearing in mind that that's where the work is.
Yes, definitely. Gareth, to answer your question, I've seen a lot of clients in Joburg and in Cape Town. So the networking, like I said to you yesterday, is about networking first. So I first want to do my registration and approach the agents and tell them, listen, I am a registered agency, here's my models, and approach them like that. And then in the near future, then I will definitely move to Joburg or Cape Town and get a set place from here and move from here to get my brand known. Here, it's quite difficult to get it only known from Bloemfontein up to here. So I have to come see the people myself. That's how I feel. Like I need to introduce myself.
Okay, so Genre, I've got one question, and it's something that we discussed yesterday. I'm still not convinced about your national plan. I feel like there are big modeling agencies in Johannesburg and Cape Town that have got far more experience, that have got global networks, and I don't see how you're going to compete with them. And that is something that's still not clear to me.
Okay, Pepsi, so basically, my answer to you is that all of the big agencies, they also started where I am today. So they also started small. I think I have an advantage because I started in the industry from a very young age. I've been to London before. I have seen the industry in London. I've worked a lot in Joburg and in Cape Town. So I think what's going to make me different and how the difference that I'm going to give and how I'm going to compete with them is basically I care for my models. I don't just want to make money out of my models. So I want to take care of them, and then I want to expand from there. And I think if they see that I care for my models and that I give them proper groomed guys as well, then obviously then I have the leading advantage. So I see that as an advantage for me. So definitely then I think my plan will work.
The strength of an agency is the quality of their models, right? Yes. And all the big agencies have got all the big models and the ones that, because you see a lot of the same models over and over again. So the really big models, the popular models, get a lot of work, and they're with the big agencies already. How do your models compare with top international models that work in South Africa?
Well, I think definitely my models are some of the best models because there's really beautiful girls and guys in Bloemfontein last year, and that's some of the things that last year I scouted one of the girls in Bloemfontein, August. She'd never been on a runway before. I scouted her, I trained her the night before she won the Free State competition. I took her, I bring her to Joburg. She competed in Top Model South Africa. She competed girls that's been in the industry for 10 years, 5 years, and then she won, and that's when I took her over to London. So I think I don't have to stand back for anyone in Joburg or Cape Town. So my models are definitely up to standard
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Fantastic presentation. We're going to deliberate, and then when you come back, we'll chat to you about the way forward.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
The pitch went quite well, I think so. I hope so. I was a bit nervous in the beginning, but then I quickly get a hang of myself and my emotions and my voice. So yeah, I think it went well. What I will do differently, if I have to work under the same pressure again, I will just slow down because I rushed everything just to get finished with the 4 minutes. So yeah, I will definitely sober it down, and then I definitely do think that I stand a chance to win the 50,000 Rand. I think it will be a huge investment for them to have E-Models expanding and be a national brand to reckon with. Thank you.
And she's going to kick the door down. So yes.
Listen, I think there's a very fine line between bravery and naivety. All right, so we've seen genre and E-Models. What do you guys think, Martine?
The one thing that I'm a bit concerned about is her growth strategy. And yeah, I think we need to spend a little time understanding if she's on the right track in terms of the growth strategy or not.
Okay. And she says she wants to invest her money in making sure that she gets the NAMA registration, that she builds her website and her marketing presence in general in order to increase, her models from 100 to 200. Do you agree with that as investment areas?
So I would agree with that in a sense. I would also push her a little bit on that. I think, you don't specifically need all of that money to do those two things, although, obviously it would help tremendously. I think the main question for me is how's she going to free herself up to do a little bit more engagement? To Martine's question, how's she going to break into the market from an agency perspective?
Look, the one thing that always stands out for me with an entrepreneur is when they're not threatened and they're determined to go out there and make it work. And I think the question that you asked her, are you not afraid that you're just going to be a little tadpole in a big stream? And her answer to you led me to believe that she's quite confident and she's going to kick the door down. So yes.
Listen, I think there's a very fine line between bravery and naivety.
No, I don't think
she's 22.
Naive, no.
At 22, I believed I could do anything. So I'm not convinced about her national strategy. And I think that if she's not tied to a particular way of doing it, I think it will evolve into whatever it evolves in. Her first step is to become successful in the Free State. And I'm not sure she fully gets the politics of the industry. Because there's a lot of the big players are going to try and squash her in so many ways, and there's politics, there's dirty games, there's all sorts of stuff that she hasn't accounted for, and she's perhaps a little bit too young, a little bit too naive to
I
realize.
just think, Pepsi, to be honest with you, I personally think that she's on the right track. She just needs to make the right friends, and she could be the feeder to those big companies.
Possibly. Okay, let's bring her back in.
Do you think if you were given another opportunity to say, redo your pitch, would you do it again? What would you change?
I think I will do it the same again, just talk a little bit slower because now the ice is broken and everything. So,
So do you think you're going through to the next round?
I hope so.
There's only one way to find out. The judges are waiting for you with the verdict. Good luck.
Thanks, yeah.
Ake sekuyisikhathi samaqiniso ke manje. Ama judges wethu azositshela ukuthi umphumela uthini. Ngabe le ntokazi iya ku top 4 noma iyekhaya. Ake sizwe.
Jandra, welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're going to give you some feedback.
All right.
And we're going to then give you tasks. Go and look at that CETA course.
Okay.
We need you to come back with more information about exactly what's going to be in that course. Gareth, do you want to explain that? Because you understand that space a lot better than I do.
You've spoken to us about the aspects that you cover in the training. Now, create a proper course, get the course accredited, so that once everybody's through your 12-month course, that they have at least got some form of a certification that says, I'm a trained model. And I think that will be A, unique, number one, but B, might be also something that could be useful for other industries.
Your next task will go and approach 5 national fashion designers that have got big profiles and get them to use your models. So you're going to have to show proof that you approached 5 designers. Okay, those are your tasks, which essentially means you're coming back.
Yeah.
We want to hear more
you.
from you. When you come back, we're going to rate you on your tasks and how successfully you completed them, and what kind of growth you've had in your own thinking as an entrepreneur. So congratulations, well done.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. My overall experience on making moves was, it just broadened my horizons. It was amazing. I've learned a lot in so little time. So I was, I'm super blessed. I can just give all glory to God for opening up these doors for me. It was an amazing experience to be part of Making Moves.